Do you think spirits or entities can move objects? Well, a friend was telling me how his sister's wedding photo went flying across the room. And the next day, we learned that Princess Di had died in a car accident. Connected? What do you think? Well, welcome back to the Brac Shop. This is the portal to the paranormal, the spiritual, and the unexplained. And I'm Tom from the shop. So, welcome to another episode, and this time, I am hosting it from my interview room. This is the room where I do my interviews, and if anyone has a paranormal or a spiritual story they want to relate, to be interviewed with, please let me know. I'll be gladly, I would be really happy to interview you. And also, this is where I do my weekly lives from as well. Bit different from the usual shop, and mainly because my computer's broken at the moment. It's in the computer hospital, you could say. Hopefully I'll get my data back and all the information, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what the spirits have installed for me. And it could be my subconscious programming that has caused it. And if you want to find out more about that, have a look at the link up above. Hopefully I'll be able to put it in, because I'm all operating from a different platform and it's all totally new. Now, can spirits move objects? Can entities move objects? Obviously, they can. From what we've heard in the past, with different people having different stories of things moving around, things disappearing. I'm only laughing because apparently one of my rings I used to wear, I put it away and it's gone. Hopefully the spirits have borrowed it for a while, and I hope they'll bring it back. I've got no other explanation unless it just fell down somewhere a bit differently and I haven't found it as yet. But that's the scientific answer. But let's have a look. But can spirits move objects? Well, I think we've agreed that they can. Because this is a story that a friend actually told me, that now Princess Di, she was, if you don't know, Princess Di, she was actually, she died in a car accident on the 31st of August back in 1997. And my friend was having a chat to his mother, and she actually said that his sister's wedding photo went flying across the room. And the next day, she found out that Princess Di was died in a car accident. So, and she thought there was something really important with that photograph flying across the room. And as she thought, there it was. It was a big, intense energy. And I think a lot of people probably would have felt something as well. But that was in the middle of the night when that happened. Now, my friend, well, it was the wedding photograph of his sister. And apparently they'd actually just broken up, his sister and her husband. And he'd moved out of the house and went and lived by himself. And as with most broken relationships, people don't communicate. People just want to break away, move on. And so they didn't hear from him. And they thought, oh, this is a bit strange. This is a bit rude. Just because they've broken up, he's still not talking, you know. Because usually when people move out, you've got to negotiate things like that. And they didn't hear anything from him. And then about 6 weeks later, they got a bit worried. And they thought, well, we've just got to find out what's going on. And so they actually called in on his place. And they actually had found he'd passed away. He'd actually taken his own life, which was a great shock to everyone, naturally. And so they had to, they did the funeral and all that sort of thing. And my friend was one of the pallbearers taking the coffin to be laid down in the grave. And he noticed the date on the coffin, well, on the inscription, because that's what the forensic people had actually thought, calculated on when he actually took his life. And it got back to the 31st of August. And thinking back now, the wedding photograph didn't fly across the room because of Princess Di. It actually flew across probably because of his energy release. He may have been really depressed, and it was able to release a lot of energy to actually move the photograph across the room. He may have been angry. It could have been different reasons. It could be a sign to say, I've gone, goodbye, or help me, you know. Whatever it is, I don't know, we probably won't really know until they catch up, the rest of the family catch up with him, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so, and sometimes I do believe spirits, people that have passed on, do try to let other people know of things. And I think that's what he was doing. He's trying to make a note that something really major had happened and he'd left this world, and that's what he wanted them to know. And that's my theory on it, and that's what I sort of think, because, and it takes a lot of energy to move objects like that, and I would think a lot of energy would be released when he'd left this world, because, well, in general, people do tend to communicate with one another telepathically. You know, you think of someone and all of a sudden the phone will ring. That's one of the examples. And I know someone else who had a friend. They were more acquaintances, and they'd, you know, talk about gardening and pot plants. And she actually brought some flowers over to my friend, like pot plants, and they'd talk about gardening and what you should do and all that sort of stuff. And a bit of time went by, and my friend hadn't heard from this other lady, and she thought, oh, I should give so-and-so a call. And so she actually rang her up, and then a man answered the phone, and she said, can I speak to so-and-so? And he burst into tears. He couldn't continue the conversation, so he actually gave the phone to someone else, and a lady came on the phone and said, can I help you? And my friend said, yes, could I speak to so-and-so? And the lady on the phone actually replied saying, oh, I'm really sorry, but she just passed away a few days ago. And so I really feel that the connection they had, even though they were basically acquaintances, the lady wanted to let my friend know that she'd passed away. And that's why she had that urge, that thought, to actually ring her up to find out that she had gone. And I think people do, or spirits do, tend to communicate in that way. Certain signs will pop up and you'll think of them, and you just get the impulse to investigate further and find out what they're trying to do. So I believe that if you do see certain signs around the place, don't ignore them. Do take, sorry about the ambulance, do take, maybe that's a sign, do take note, because sometimes I feel spirits or even your subconscious programming is giving you signs to act upon, and you should take note of it and actually take action on it. So that's my thought on it, because I do believe spirits and entities do try to communicate, and it's up to you whether you take note and take action or just ignore it. Yeah, in fact, about my computer, I did have a few subconscious thoughts of, I really have to back up the computer. I really have to back up the computer. And I haven't. So we'll see what happens if we can get my data back from the computer or not. And see, that's a little intuition. Is it the future getting back to us? In fact, like, I want to say a ripple in time, but that's I think that's connecting to something else, but someone was explaining time and how people can experience the future. And that's for another video. Yeah, another video on time. I believe Greg Braden has given that as an example in one of his programs. So that's it. Just a little quick video, just to let you know that today marks the anniversary of Princess Di's parting, leaving the world, and also to have a look at can spirits really move things, and maybe try to contact us and let us know things, and then it's our interpretation on how we interpret them. What do you think? Have you had any experiences like that as well? Write in the comments below. Let me know. And get in touch if you have any experiences you'd like me to interview with about on the show. Or we could do it anonymously, like my friend has. So, and don't forget, if you've liked this episode or found it interesting, tell your friends, share it, press the like button, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any of my videos. And click the notification bell and the button as well. And you also will be helping the channel to help us grow. We need some help. Get it out there. And also, if I'm being able to put it down below, because I'm operating from a different operating system, do look at the links below. You can buy me a drink. It would really help me and the channel, and everything is really appreciated. And also, have a look through our affiliate links, like through our affiliate online store, the Psychic Tree. Now, that's UK's #1 spiritual shop, and their products quite reasonably priced, and they have worldwide shipping. So if you're on the other side of the world, you can still order, and it's reasonably priced for the shipping as well. And for your first order, you do get 10% off. So have a look through it, and have a look through the other links below as well. So on that, I'm going to leave you. Have a think about if any strange things have happened, things moving around. Are they energies, or fair enough, it can be just people putting things in different places, but some things, like a photograph flying off the table, off the shelf, right across the room, that's a bit different. So what do you think? Let me know. And until next time, and hopefully I'll have my computer back, stay well and happy.